The CSU system is reforming its admissions process, dropping the use of SAT and ACT tests for good. Joining us now to talk about the move, Kathryn Palmieri. She is the Executive Director of Academic Advising and Career Education at Cal State East Bay. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, this was actually supposed to be a temporary thing during the pandemic because testing was obviously difficult, but trustees just agreed to make the move permanent. Talk about the theory behind that. Was this all about leveling the playing field?
I think many people believe that is the best thing that we can possibly do is level the playing field. As you know, the California State University system feeds the economy of the state of California, and this is for our students. This is for our people. It's one thing to say that you believe in education and access for everybody. It's another thing to have a hurdle in the way. And so it really says a lot that they got rid of that hurdle, which is this test. Not every student is going to need an SAT or an ACT score to be able to go into an elite university. We have lots of options for them that don't require that test. It doesn't measure the same things that we're looking to measure. We want students to show us what they know, and testing time and time again does not show. There's too much stress. Students feel the stress when they come out into a testing environment. They don't perform as well as they should. So we know that that's not really a good measure of who they are.
Right, there's just so much riding on that one test. Now, the UC system doing the same thing. So if colleges are not looking at the SAT scores anymore, then how does the criteria shift for admissions? What factors are you considering?
The largest majority of folks will look at GPA, and they will look at high school GPA. That will probably never change. I do think that it opens up a whole different option for holistic admissions. So there are students who, when they go into college admissions, they write these wonderful essays. They tell us their stories. They say, these are the reasons that I want to go to school, why I am who I am. And schools respond to that. And having worked at both private and public schools, I can say that those are the students who we want. We want students who are going to make a major splash. We want them to take their education and run with it. And these are the students that are showing us that in their essays. I will say, though, that one of the things that when I think about college, going into college, we're hoping that students learn how to take tests so they can get out of, get content out. But getting into college is not the time to test that.
Now, the ACT criticized the move, saying it could do more harm than good, that we should be focusing on the root causes of systemic inequality, and that standardized tests actually help improve our understanding of them. What's your response to that?
I think that's a great response from a company that is going to lose money. I honestly think that standardized testing does not level the playing field. Standardized testing tests what we can, but it doesn't provide students with the support that they need to do well on those tests. If you know anybody who has taken an SAT or ACT in the last 20 years, think about what they do. Did they go to an 8-week prep test course? How much did that cost? Did their parents pay for that? Were they able to spend all of their evenings doing that, or weekends? Did their parents drive them to those prep classes? That is not available for a lot of our students. Many of our students are working full time. Some are they're supporting their families. This is just not, it's really a hurdle for a lot of students, and it's not necessary. It's really not.
So students could still take the test, or would it
Sure.
even matter? Should they even?
I mean, I'll be honest. I think the test is useful for people who think they're going to go into higher education at the highest levels. If they think they're going to be taking many standardized tests, it's a great practice. It's a $50 test. Is that worth it for them? Maybe. But if you don't need it if you're not going into the upper echelons of academia, and you're not looking to be in med school or law school, and you won't be taking standardized tests for a living, that's probably not something you need to worry about.
So starting with the California public schools, do you think that this move here might nudge other college systems to follow suit?
I would not be surprised. California is the largest system, and so we do have some influence. But I do also recognize that private schools will have a different take on this, and smaller systems might choose something different, and that's okay. Um, I think I think we are setting the bar for our students and for our communities, and I'm very proud of us. I think it's a big, bold move for California.
It is a big move indeed. It's going to affect a lot of students' lives. All right, Kathryn Palmieri, thanks for sharing all of that insight from Cal State East Bay. We appreciate it.
Thank you.